Hey, what's going on? It's Major Toast. Here to give you my version. Again, I tried a couple of different things, tweak it, and now I got this mountain soda syrup recipe. I don't want to rip off any names, but you know what I speak. It's citrusy, and it's kind of yellow from the turmeric. And it's got a little caffeine in it, and some citric acid, right? Okay. And some sugar. And this is the thing we like about our soda syrups. Cane sugar, all natural, and all natural flavors and colors, okay? So, real simple. This is how we're going to make this. We're going to peel 3 oranges, 2 lemons, and 2 limes. Put the peels in one bowl and set aside. Then we're going to juice all these fruit that we just peeled. Juice it and strain it into another container and set aside. And we'll come back and go from there. So just like in the cola video, if you haven't seen that yet, we're just going to peel our fruit with a paring knife and try not to get any of the actual fruit. And it's okay if you get that white pithy start part, cut it into little 1-inch pieces if you want. But basically we're going to peel all this fruit, put it in this bowl. We're going to put a half a cup of sugar in there with it, stir it around, cover it, and let it set 3 to 4 hours. I'm going to let it set overnight. So I'm peeling all this citrus, all the peels go in here, all the juice goes in another container, half a cup of sugar in here, let it sit for a couple hours or overnight, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's just get you caught up here. I peeled that fruit. Now we're going to add a half a cup of sugar. Give it a little stir. Let it set overnight. This here, I juiced all that fruit. So I peeled all that fruit, it's there. I juiced all that fruit, it's here. Pass it through the strainer. So I got this nice juice right here. Okay, now here's the tricky part. Okay, here's the tools I use. I use this, and I use this to get my juice. But the trick is you need 3 cups combined juice and water. So I'm going to add enough water, yes, to make 3 cups. There we go. So that's how that looks like. So I'm going to stir this and let it set overnight. And then this, I'm going to put it in a container and refrigerate it overnight. 3 cups. It's 3 cups now. I add enough water to the juice to make 3 cups. And we'll go from there. Okay, this here is, you just stir this really good with the sugar. Get it coated, wrap it in plastic, let it sit out. I let it sit out room temperature. Don't put it in the refrigerator. Let it sit out room temperature at least 3 or 4 hours. I'll let it set overnight and we'll go from there. Okay, we're here the next day. This has been sitting overnight at room temperature. And you can see, let me get some of this out of the way. See all that liquid in the bottom? That's just like concentrated. Man, look at that. That's concentrated citrus syrup, you know, with sugar in it. So that's going to go into the juice that we made. And we're going to strain it. Strain it all. rinse it off with the juice, and strain it all, and that's going to be our flavoring, and we'll go from there. Okay, I strained the peel, and this is the liquid we got at the bottom. Now I'm rinsing the peel in the 3 cups of juice and water from yesterday. And we'll strain that again, and that's going to be our flavor for our syrup. We'll make the syrup next, and really we're almost done here. Okay, the syrup part, we start with 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and we start to caramelize it. We don't caramelize it as dark as we did for the cola. This we just get a little golden color, and then we add the rest of the sugar, which is 2 cups, and we'll go from there. I'm trying to shorten up this video if you haven't noticed. That other one ran a little long. So we'll meet back here in a minute when this starts to caramelize to perfection. Alright, this is that mountain syrup. We're just going to get a golden flavor, just like a golden color. Not too dark like the other one. And now we're going to add the rest of our sugar and our flavor. And we'll go from there. Alright, just like the cola syrup recipe, give it a couple stirs with the sugar in there. After you add the sugar, you add a couple stirs. Now you add your flavor, and you're gonna melt. You're gonna melt all that sugar down. And all this happens at a medium-low heat. This golden color caramel, everything was medium-low, and right now we're just gonna, just like the other video, we're going to break it off the bottoms, carefully, and the sides, and stir slowly until it's all melted. Until all the sugar is melted. And it just, I'll put a cover on here and leave the spoon in there, and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm waiting for this to dissolve. It's almost there. To that, I'm going to add, each one of these caffeine pills is 100 milligrams caffeine. So I'm going to add 400 milligrams caffeine to this. You could drink this whole batch, and this would be safe amount of caffeine for an adult for one day. So you could drink this one person could drink this whole batch of syrup in soda form or whatever, and it would still be a safe amount of caffeine. So, but this does give it a little bit of, like a jolt, like the mountain syrup is supposed to have, because it's meant to wash down moonshine and give you a little pep in your step at the same time. So I'm going to add 400 milligrams caffeine. So each cup of coffee has about 100 milligrams, so this is about the same as 4 cups of coffee. I'm going to add this half a teaspoon is what this comes out to, and this is basically just citric acid is what it's the number 1 ingredient in here. And they're also going to add half a teaspoon, there's a 1/4 teaspoon, I have to check the recipe. We're going to add the turmeric for color. So we'll be right back. Okay, the syrup, the sugar has melted. Okay, the sugar is melted here, and we're going to add this caffeine powder. We crushed up those tablets. We're going to add that caffeine powder. We're going to add, it's a half a teaspoon of turmeric and a half teaspoon of the citric acid, and give it a good stir. And that's going to be our mountain soda syrup, and that's pretty much going to conclude everything. I'm going to show it when it's done, but it's going to look the same as it does right now. Alright, we added, it's actually a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. We added the half a teaspoon of citric acid, and we added the caffeine. This is our syrup. It's going to cool off, and we're going to put it 2 ounces for a 16-ounce bottle of sparkling water, or 4 ounces for your typical soda stream bottle. And that'll make 32 ounces of mountain soda. And I'll show you what that looks like here as we finish this video up. Okay, you can make this, you can make this sweeter or less sweet if you find it too sweet or not sweet enough. Just add more or less sugar. And then you can make your variations of it if you like also. I'm putting in some pineapple juice and some passion fruit juice, a little more flavor. It's actually going to be more like a Bahama mountain soda, if you catch my drift. I don't want to step on any copyrights or anything. So this Bahama mountain soda syrup, I'm adding some passion fruit. It's going to be 2 ounces of passion fruit and 2 ounces of pineapple to this recipe that I just showed you. That's going to be just another version of it. And then it still dilutes the same way, 2 ounces for a 16-ounce bottle and 4 ounces for a typical soda stream bottle. And we'll come back and make some soda when we're done.